What? 高速のシフトウェイト、体を振った反動で左右を叩きつける。
Holy shit! Oh my god! Yo, he has no time to respond. Ippo is moving so fast.
貴様の出した答えか。アメリカンボクシング界
Blow
にしえ
from
のブロ
American boxing.
デンプシーロール。
Dempsey roll. Holy shit. Dude is done, so bruh. What? Yo, everybody's at a standstill right now, bro. What? Yo, the crowd is silent. What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the most electrifying, finally.
Ah, shit. Here we go again.
For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, from the capital city of the United States of America, Washington, D.C., ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
The most electrifying read-through of all times. I am the big cliche. I am Big Papa Pump without the pump. I am the rock that is never hard. King Kong got a lot on me. I am TBR. Terabyte Reacts. And I will just like to say, you're welcome. And we are back. We're not really back. We're getting started once again with continuing the Ippo journey. Finally, we are here. Finally, I get a chance to do my Ippo manga read through, man. I have been wanting to do this for such a long time, but every time I wanted to do it, I just couldn't get to do it. The time and the amount of stuff that we're doing on the channel right now. But finally, we are here. And hopefully I can get out at least 4 of these read-throughs per month. I can't promise you more than that. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Can't promise you more than that. I'm gonna try to do as many chapters as I can do. One thing I want you guys to know, if you guys have a better link, for the Ippo manga, right now I'm reading it on a website because I want you guys to be able to see the panels and follow along with me. So I have some of the Ippo volumes on hand, but they're in book form. You know what I'm saying? They're books. So, you know what I'm saying? So if I want you guys to see the panels as we roll along and as we go along, okay, like I have to do it like this. But the last time when I was doing the Berserk manga, somebody reached out to me and said, these ones are better. If you can get me a better link for this manga, I would highly appreciate it, man. I'm gonna hit up that dude on Discord later today. Actually, I should have did it earlier today, to ask him if he has a link like what he gave me for Berserk, so that I can so I can manipulate the reading offline into a program on the computer that, you know, like for comic books and stuff like that. So if you guys have something like that, if you know of something like that, please lead your boy to it, okay? Because it's convenient for me and it will be also convenient for you. I don't want to have to keep using a website You know, today I'm using Kiss Manga, and using a website, the browser doesn't really give you the it doesn't really give you the versatility that you want to manipulate the pages how you want. So I kind of have to fit the browser into a little window, you know what I'm saying, for it to work in the program that I'm using in OBS. So it's like it's a little bit too complicated. The pages might move too fast, you know what I'm saying, and you know, we might have that problem. But today I don't think we're gonna have that problem. As we move through the chapters, you know what I'm saying, you guys will be able to see what I'm talking about. But you'll understand. So when you go to the Google, this will not be available on BitChute, so don't look for it on BitChute. Okay, this will be available on the Patreon first, and then like 3 days later I will release this read through on that is going to be going forward. For the first one, hope my Patreon guys are not mad at me for this, but for the first one of the Ippo manga read through, for all of the first that I'm going to be doing on the Patreon, those are going to be available immediately. But then going forward, second and going forward, then the early access will kick in on the Patreon. Okay, so for this first one that we're doing now of the Ippo manga, this one will go up immediately to YouTube and the Patreon account also, so look out for that. So hope you're not too mad at me for that early access. It's just that I want people to know on YouTube that I'm doing this. I could just announce it, but I'd rather just put a video out there, pull some people in, then they understand, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, there's a Patreon and whatever the situation is, that you can get early access over there. Not that it's a must that you have to do it, but I just want to get this the first of whatever I'm doing. I want to get that out immediately so that people who were expecting it, because it's been a while. I finished the Ippo anime. It's been a while. It's been around, I want to say, I think I finished the beginning of the year or something like that. Somewhere around the beginning of the year, I finished the Ippo anime. So it's been a while since people have been waiting on me to start the manga, and finally we are here. So we are going to be, just for a quick explanation, we're going to be picking up at so if you want to follow along on the YouTube video, okay, which is not going to be showing the panels, if you want to follow along and you don't want to go to the Google Drive to watch it with the panels, okay, or if the view limit is reached over there, okay. So for now, what you can do, right, for now, what is going to happen is we're starting off at chapter 556, or fight 556, however you want to call it, but that's the chapter that we're starting out at, okay. So this is picking up right at the end of Takamura's world title fight for the second belt, right? So that's where we're picking up, okay. So the backstory of Kamigawa, right? The backstory, their backstory that was at the end of the anime, that happened before in the manga, okay? So they showed that in the anime, they showed it after the fight, but in the manga, it took place before the fight, okay? So we're picking up at 5 to 6 right after Takamura's World Championship fight for the second belt, for him to conquer 2 divisions or whatever. So we know he won the fight, but we're going to pick up right at the end, okay? So that's where we're going to pick up, just so you know. Okay, so chapter 556, so many chapters. And I'm happy to be here, man. I'm happy to be here. Hopefully you guys enjoy this read through. I'm going to be reading through this. Ippo is not like Berserk. But if, you know what I'm saying? Ippo is not like Berserk when it comes on to, I'm not talking about like the drawing or anything like that. I'm talking about how long the chapters are. The chapters are really short. It's kind of like Naruto back in the day. Like, Naruto chapters are really short. You get like 20 pages a chapter. It's not much. You get what I'm saying? Like 20, 21 pages, sometimes 19 pages. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it is. So yeah, man. Let's continue here and see what this is all about. And let's go see, man. I'm hyped. Hopefully you guys are hyped too. I'm gonna try to do this to the best of my ability. Reading this manga. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Things are about to get real. So let's go do it, man. I'll see you guys over there for the read through. Alright guys, so welcome back. Welcome to the first official manga read through of Ippo. We are starting off at chapter 556. So if you want to follow along in your own, wherever you want to read the manga and stuff, just to follow along, and you just want to see my reaction or whatever, you want to listen to it podcast style on YouTube or whatever while I talk about it, because I'm not gonna just run through the chapters. I'm gonna see how much we can get through today. We're not gonna just run through the chapters. You know what I'm saying? I might have something to say. I might stop. Whatever. If you guys are coming from the Berserk manga read-throughs, you already know how I am. You already know how I read the manga. Should be used to my style by now. So let's begin here. Okay, so we got them chanting Takamura, Takamura, Takamura. You remember those chants, man. It said the Takamura chant shows no signs of ending. I'm guessing that's the announcer guy. They're chanting his name. Does he not realize it just yet? The new champ stands and stares upwards in the days. Yeah, he didn't realize it didn't seem unbelievable at the time to him. So as I say, guys, if you guys have a version of this that is a better translation, better editing, whatever the situation is, please send it my way. Right now, I'm on, as I said, I'm on Kiss Manga or whatever, because, you know, I like the site or whatever, so I just decided to go over here. So if there's bad translations and stuff here, don't crucify me yet. If you guys have the best translation that you can find into English, please send it my way, and I will do that for the next video. Leave it in the comment section on YouTube, okay, or on the Patreon, whatever. So continue here. Seems like you want to ask. That is, seems like Kamigawa is asking him. Hopefully I can remember these names. I do remember most of them. But because it's been a while. It's been like 8 months since I looked at anything Ippo. So, you know, bear with me here, okay? I'm pretty sure the guy's the old man's name, the teacher, the sensei, you know what I'm saying, the manager. I'm pretty sure it's Kamigawa. Pretty sure. Okay? It says, seems like, so he's talking to Takamura, and he's saying, seems like you want to ask, when did I win? And then Takamura responds by saying, don't be stupid. I crushed him with a right straight. Of course. It's like, And then Kamigawa responds, what ended it was that left counter barely managed to hit. It was a left counter. Seems like it was a haphazard attack, but it managed to connect dead on with the temple. Who's that talking? What's his name again? That's Kimura, right? That's Kimura. I'm pretty sure that's Kimura. Date. That's his name. Date is standing in that. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna have a little trouble remembering these names, but they coming back. They coming back. You know what I'm saying? So, all right. So we got Ippo is there, and he's thinking, I understand. Takamura-san definitely saw what he was aiming for. And then Date says, man, he's one hell of a guy. And Ippo is still thinking, okay. And he says, yup. And then they announce the title of the chapter is Lingering Victory. Okay, so we got him standing there So it looks like the opponent. I do not remember. Can you guys tell me, remind me what this guy's name is again? I don't remember his name. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I do not remember his name. I remember the character, but I do not remember his name. Okay? So, at the moment, I don't. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to remember later or something. Or while we go along, they might say his name. I don't remember his name. So, here we go. So, he walks up to Takamura, and he's thinking, at the end, I was satisfied. And he didn't give up at the very end. That's what made the difference in who won. But that's just an excuse. He was strong. And then he puts his hands out. I remember all of this. To shake Takamura's hand. He says, good luck, Mamoru Takamura. Okay? And then Takamura shakes his hand. We all remember that. Right? That was a sweet fight. You were amazingly strong, Eagle. Come back to Japan sometime. This is the crowd cheering the guy on. Is Eagle? I think. Call him Eagle. I think that's his name. Next time we'll cheer for you. And he says, thanks for the great experience. He said, what do you mean? So that's Aoki now saying, what do you mean? So it's like, oh my god, I can't remember his name. This dude here, what's his name again? The guy that idolizes Ippo. I can't remember his name. The other guy that's like Ippo's, you know, I can't remember his name. The prodigy, man, that got beat up because he underestimated his opponent. You know, so he says, even though the guy was kind of cheating, but whatever. But he says, you don't even understand English. He's talking about like you understand what he said. So he says, we understood each other using eye contact, dumbass. So he says, Takamura-san, look behind you. Woo! The belt's coming out. That's what I'm talking about right now. I remember when he got the belts. Okay, so he picks up the belts. And then Aoki picks him up. And he's like, hell yeah. Okay. Put up the belts. And that's the end of the chapter. So we gonna have to deal with a lot of things today, guys. Alright, let's go to 557. Okay. So he's like, hell yeah. He picked it up. Alright. I don't know how the Oki's a strong dude, huh? So it's like, wow. So it's like world's greatest surrogate son. That's the name of round 557. So Date says, go ahead. Congratulate him for me. Okay, so Ippo runs out. He said, yes, you got it. So they're like, everyone, all together now. 1, 2, and 3. 2 classes down. Banzai. So this is all new content now. This is all new content now. Because we didn't see any of this. Banzai. Banzai. Whatever banzai means. I don't know what that means. But they're all shouting banzai. And then he says, then Ippo is thinking, I still don't know what Takamura-san's fighting for. But he always reminds me and shows me just how difficult fighting can be and the importance of hard work, which is essentially the core of this story in its entirety, really. The core of it is all about what hard work can do, which is the title of so many of my Ippo reaction videos on the channel. So yeah, so now we have, if you guys don't know, and you're here right now, I take half-an-hour breaks. Depends on how long we're going. I take half-an-hour breaks, not necessarily for me as myself here, but sometimes I do take a break, you know, just in case I need to use the bathroom or something. but we go for long periods of time. Maybe we'll be here for an hour and a half to 2 hours. But when it comes on to what do you call it, the half an hour break, I do it because when I put my videos on in the Google Drive, if I upload a 1 hour, 2 hour video, it takes too long to process. So that's why I do half an hour, cuts that time to like 10-15 minutes after the video uploads to the drive. They process it out, it's ready to go, so I don't have to spend all that time waiting like 24 hours for the video to process on the Google Drive. Okay, so that's the reason why I cut the video up into 30-minute parts. Sometimes it might go 40 minutes, but usually, like if I'm in the middle of an exciting part of what I'm reading through, then I won't stop it. I'll just wait until things calm back down, just to not cut the momentum. But that's how we do. Okay, so if you see me say we're going to take a break now, okay, just know that it's just a transition into the next part of recording. Okay, so just how difficult fighting can be and the importance of hard work. Okay, so Ippo is trying to fight through the crowd, and he's like, I can't get any further than this. I want to be down there. So he wants to get to the ring, but he can't get to the ring. And he said, I understand. It's the same bonsai. Okay. So he's like, even if Takamura-san couldn't see and lost his target, he could still see the coach's mitts and punch them, just like he's practiced. Straight up. I remember that. He was envisioning that. So they actually did a pretty good job of portraying that in the anime, because basically that's all he was seeing, because he couldn't really see anymore because of his eye, right? So he was basically just envisioning hitting mitts. You know what I'm saying? So he said having complete faith in the coach and also his incredible amount of training what made this win possible. Is also what his incredible amount of training is what made this win possible, if you want to put it like that. Okay, so they're still saying bonsai. Hippo is shouting Takamura-san. Okay, so transitioning out to the locker rooms now. Him in the locker room putting his clothes on and stuff. So it's like the reporters are all gone, says Kamigawa. And Takamura says, finally, I don't mind things being lively, but I don't feel like partying for a change. Really? Takamura don't want to party after a fight? Really? Strange. Very strange. And he's like, and they're all thinking, and then Kamigawa says, he was a strong opponent. He was a strong opponent. Takamura looks at him, and then he's like, I'm going home. Need to get some sleep. Ah, man, I don't remember this guy's name. I do not remember him. The guy that, the other manager, the second, right? So, he's like, Takamura-kun, the belts. You're forgetting about your belts. Right? So he's like, don't need them. So he's like, huh? They only matter to me until I get them. Once I've got it, then I don't need it anymore. Like I promised. Here you go, old man. I remember this. This is actually canon stuff. I remember this. I just remember that this was in the anime too. They said, like I promised. Here you go, old man. Yeah, I remember when he gave them to him. Put these bad boys under your pillow when you go to bed tonight. Yeah, I remember this. He's like Takamura. It's like, what? I just had a little bit of hard time. Aren't you happy about it? You happy, huh? Make a happy face then. You know, and you know, I talk about this in extent. You know what I'm saying? I have to cry my my eyeballs out. You know what I'm saying? I talked about this in an extent about the relationship between Takamura and the old man. You know what I'm saying? It's a really pure relationship. It's a father-son relationship, even though, you know what I'm saying, they're not, you know, really blood related, father and son, but it's that dynamic that they have in the show. It's an awesome relationship. I think it's one of the best relationships in the show, that portrays that kind of relationship. I mean, they're all friends and stuff like that, but the relationship between Takamura and Ippo is like a big brother situation. You get what I'm saying? So they're all kind of like this small family that we're trying, you know, that none of them are blood related, but we know that they're family. They're all brothers, and Kamigawa is like a dad to really all of them, because when you look at Kimura and freaking Aoki's backstory, like, that's one of the best backstories. I mean, they used to be bullies, right? They used to be bullies until they met somebody that could beat their ass. You know what I'm saying? So they just had this family that have each other's back now, and it's just so awesome to see. You know what I'm saying? They rag on each other like brothers. You know what I'm saying? And Kamigawa is the one who's always coming by, knocking them in the head and, you know, get to training. You know what I'm saying? So it's great, man. So Kamigawa responds and said, "I'll sleep with them." Right? I remember that too. And he walks out and he says, "See ya." And dude says, "I don't know his name, guys. You guys gonna have to remind me what his name is." Okay, so he says, "Good work, Takamura-kun." Okay. "Is it okay for him to go home alone? He did take a lot of hits." And Kamigawa responds, "There'll be people waiting outside for him, and they'll let us know if anything happens to him. But that fool, there's no way I wouldn't be happy." Of course, man, you're proud of him. He's a coach. And then he says, "It's not just about the 2 belts. Seeing him work so hard always moved me." Of course, man. And then another guy says, "It's your relationship as his trainer. Seeing your fighter become #1 in the world. At this point, it's more than just that." So I don't understand what's going on here. Is he crying? Nah, he's in a lot of pain. He's in pain. He's like, shit. If I relax, I feel like I'm gonna fall over. And then guys, like, he was a strong opponent. He's remembering what the old man said. He said, "No shit this time." No shit this time. Yeah, like, definitely. He's like, "I'm definitely tired." So old man says, "Trainer, this goes beyond those feelings. To me, he's the world's greatest surrogate son." And that's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. What did I just say? What did I just say, man? And it's probably the first time out here I'm actually getting goosebumps hearing him say that, because we already know this is one of the purest and best relationships in the whole story. So for the first time, we got to hear him say that. I don't know why they didn't put this in the anime, but this is awesome. This is awesome. So he gets out and they all like, "Banzai!" His head must be ringing. So they're like, "Takamura-san, Banzai, #1 in the world, Banzai. 2 weight classes down, Banzai." Takamura is in no mood right now. He's like, "You're all too damn noisy. Can't you see I want some peace and quiet?" Damn, they be cussing in this one. Damn, bro. It's like, so like, "You're right. You're happy as everyone else. Let's throw a victory party. We're gonna live it up tonight, Danny." Okay, man, I can't remember. A lot of these people's name I'm not gonna remember because they're not in the show that often. I remember the main characters, man. I remember the main characters, but over time, I'm gonna learn all these guys' name again. Okay, so I was like, It's like, you guys want to party, eh? And they're like, yay! So sorry to rain on the parade. This is Ippo talking, and they all look at him and like, huh? The coach asked me to make sure that Takamura-san gets plenty of rest and to walk him home tonight. Superhuman. Takamura says superhumans don't need to rest. He told me you'd probably say something. Ippo says, he told me you'd probably say something like that, and to force you to go home and rest anyway, and to contact him if anything happens. And they're like, well, after a fight like that, I guess so. Sorry, Danny, for getting worked up like that. You should take it easy and relax tonight. And they're like, oh well. Since there's a spy among us, I might as well rest. Like, Ippo is like, ouch. It's like, they're like, Aoki, Kimura, you'd best not forget our promise. And they're like, huh? He's like, what does he mean? I've got no clue. They're like, I'm going too. I'll carry your bags back to the house. I'm coming too, Danny. I don't know why he calls him Danny in this, because I've never heard him call him Danny. I don't know why he calls him Danny. You guys can let me know that, because I don't know why. So it says, oh well, we should probably tag along. Gotta make sure he's resting. We sure have a troublesome leader. If Masaru is going, then I'm going too. Oh, really now? So Takamura turns around and says, stay the hell away. He's throwing rocks at him. He's throwing rocks at us. A world champion shouldn't act like this. Okay, so it's Takamura, Ippo. I'm really trying to remember this guy's name. I cannot remember his name. I think his name, is it I do not remember this guy's name, bro. I swear to you, I probably should have brushed up on the name before I started this, but here we are. So they're like, I guess this is one of the longer chapters, I guess. So, like, so how long do you plan on staying here? That's Takamura, I guess, talking to everybody else. Once I make sure you're asleep, I'll go home. So they're like, I see. So he's like, hey, just try and ignore me. So, Ippo is telling him, just try to ignore me. After a hard match like that one, you need to try and rest. Takamura is like, yeah. So he's like, how the fuck am I supposed to ignore this? You were stuffing the whole place up, damn it. Damn, all of them is there. I thought it was just Ippo. They're like, get the hell out. Oh, come on, we're all being quiet. Just rest quietly. That I can't rest like this at all, you doofus. Okay, so that's the end of the chapter 557. Let's keep going, man. I'm gonna try to do at least 5, maybe 10 chapters, depending on how it goes. We'll see. Just for the first run. Thought I heard something. Yeah, so just for the first one. So let's jump into this. Okay. So chapter 558. We got Takamura drinking. What the hell is that? That hot sauce? Like, let's go. Is this another match he's in already? It's like, let's go. What is he drinking? Is that a beer? I don't know what that is, but every time I get in a tight spot, I drink. Is he doing a commercial right now For what is this? Champion Royale? Royal? Champion Royal? Is that every time I get in a tight spot, I drink this. Doubles your energy. Pumps you up. No matter who you're up against, it'll end with a knockout. You doing commercials. Oh my god. It's like, get some Champion Royale. See? Oh my god, it's a crazy commercial. Anyways, so they're like, do you see that commercial? We were all gaping at the TV. So Ippo says, I've never seen anyone look more natural while doing an endorsement before. I want to be in a commercial too. Says, that's Aoki, right? Yeah, that's Aoki saying, I want to be in a commercial too. I wonder what they'd have me endorse. And that, I'm going to look up this guy's name. All right, let's continue. That took like 2 minutes or so trying to find what this kid's name is. I can't remember his name, and it's bugging the hell out of me. So we just gonna call him. I'm pretty sure his name is Manabu. I remember his family name was Manabu because they used to make fun of that name. Manabu. I know it. I think that's his. I think that's his last name is Manabu. So okay, so he says, but it's really amazing to think. Let me read over this whole thing so you know where we at. So Ippo says, I've never seen anyone look more natural while doing an endorsement before. I want to be in a commercial too. I wonder what they'd have me endorse. But it's really amazing. That's what this kid is saying. But it's really amazing to think he'd take on a job like that before such a big match. So he has another big match coming up. So Aoki says he just never even considered failure as an option is all. Is all. And Ippo says, and that's what's amazing. Aoki says he needed to have a heart at least as big as that if he was going to take 2 weight classes. And the kid says, I've got to learn from him. Oh? Even if he's on a different level, what with taking 2 world weight classes, I could probably use some pointers to help me reach my goal. Ippo responds, you'll be the East Champion Rookie King if you win 2 more. You don't need to learn from him. Your heart's already plenty big as it is. And he says, I guess so. So where's Kimura? I don't think he's come in yet. Like, Aoki says, hey. Kimura walks in. It's like, what's up? You finally show. You look pretty down. Ippo says, it's been 3 days since the match. Have you not recovered from the damage yet? It says it was a harsh battle, but I think my body is fine. It's more so that there's something I've been worried about. Is Takamura-san here? I think he's supposed to come by today, says Ippo. He says, I see. Aoki says to him, you're up to something. And then Kimura says, aren't you even worried about it? Yeah, because he did say, don't forget about our promise. Aoki said, oh, you mean that? I still got no idea what he's talking about. I don't know what he's talking about either. What was the promise? And Manabu says, did you remember Kimura-san? And he says, yeah, once I thought about it more. It's this. Oh, yeah. The haircuts, bro. It's the haircuts. They had to cut their hair if they lost, right? If they lost the fight, they had to cut their hair just like their opponent. Oh, my God. It's like, it's this. It's like, what are you talking about, man? We're only supposed to get those haircuts if we didn't win. but we tied in our, oh yeah, they both drew their matches, right? But that's consider, you know, Takamura says don't forget our bets, so he doesn't consider, he said you gotta win. So if you gotta win, you gotta win. Draws don't count. So draws, you gotta do it anyway. So he's like, but we tied in our matches, so that means that we didn't lose. And they're like, huh? And it's like, they didn't lose, but they also didn't win. Kimura's like, exactly. I hoped it'd be okay since we didn't lose, but there's a loophole in the wording used. In other words, he set up a trap for us. Aoki's like, no way. Those guys we fought were really tough, and I did my very best against them. Why the hell should I have to be made a fool of? And like, think that your excuse will work on Takamura-san? The more we resist him, the more fun he'll end up having, which is very true. Then you want me to just shut up and become Papaya? I remember that's the guy's name for real. It's like, what else are you gonna do? Aoki's like, fuck that shit. If you want to, you can do it, but I'll be fighting back. It's like, fight the 2-weight class conquering world champion. He's like, Kimura's like, it'd be completely hopeless. Aoki takes off. He's like, nah, hell no. He's like, let him try to come and get me, and call Takamura a shithead for me if you see him. Yeah. He's like, hi, he's running. Yo, my dude is dipping. Oh! He meets him at the door. He's like, who's a shithead? He's like, God, you got caught going through the door. He's like, they're like, Takamura-san, good work on your last match. There's Ippo. He's like, yep. He has a pair of scissors with him, just like I expected. He's ready to go in. Takamura is a savage, bro. He's like, now then, about that promise. Like, Kimura-san's in trouble. What is he gonna do? It's like, about that promise. I didn't win, but I also didn't lose. Doesn't that mean the promise was half kept? It's like halfway, right? So Takamura is like, So you'll get half the punishment? He's like, half. He's like, well, that being the case, this should be enough then, right? Oh, so he actually got started already. Takamura looks at it and like, okay, that's funny. Okay, that's funny. So I'll let you off with that. And they're like, amazing. Both his preparation and skill with words managed to minimize the damage. It's like, as for the other one, he's conveniently passed out, so let's do it now. And Kimura's like, I'll lend a hand. Like, And Kimura, Manabu is like, he switched sides. I hope I never become that kind of shady opportunist. So, Ippo says, wait, are you really going to do this, Takamura? And he's like, I've got a picture, so it'll be a piece of cake. And it's like, just snip off a bit off here. Just snip a bit off here. It's like, they've started. They've got no mercy. This is harder than it looks. Oh my god, this is gonna be atrocious. Aoki has got shorter hair in comparison. No way was it going to be exactly alike, huh? Damn it. You messed me up. I'm sorry. Oh my god. This is hilarious. It's like, oh, sorry. It's like this. And then like okay, they got that piece in there. Like Takamura says, all done. It's the perfect likeness. It's actually a little off. No, it's off quite a bit. Ippo says. It's like, I see all of you are here. So old man came into the room. Good. He says, good work on the fights the other day. Along with Takamura's second title match, Kimura and Aoki did good work as well. And they said, yep, thanks. It's like, I know that you probably want to be resting up right now, but we've got a lot of work lined up for you. That's the fate of a national star. 2 interviews, 3 TV features, 2 requests for commercials. That's just what we've got so far. Oh well, guess I'll just have to do all of them, says Takamura. So, they said, that's great. You get to be on TV. That reminds me. We saw your commercial. Yagi-san, I want to be in the commercial too. I think that's Aoki. And you're using the talking bubbles. They're using the talking bubbles to cover his hair right now. I don't care if I'm just on the edge of the screen. And they're looking at him like, they're like, although it was a draw, you're coming off of a hard match as well. For now, just rest. And what the hell is that? Are you trying to make a fool of me? The old man is that. And Aoki's like, what are you so damn mad about? He's like, he saw himself in the mirror. I can't with this anime. I can't with this manga right now, bro. Oh my god, why didn't they show this in the anime? This is hilarious, bro. Oh my god. Oh god. What the fuck? It's like, what the hell happened to my head? They're like, Aoki-san, please calm down. It's like, hello, we you mad at that? No. Ippo, man. Oh god. It's like sounds like Aoki Kun went through a lot. They're back at Ippo's house, right? I don't even remember his bully turned friend, the one that was writing, that was just, drawing the manga about Ippo. I don't remember his name either. I think that's his mom though. Not the friend. I think this is his mom. It's like Takamura-san gets too carried away with his pranks, but I love them though. I was like, I wonder what everybody else has been up to since then. Since there's nothing big going on, we haven't seen them. Manabu's like, well, the gym's quieter this way. It does make it just a little bit easier to focus on training. I was like, the champion's muscles. By training, is this another commercial? It's like, by training with this, I can stand up to any kind of body blow that's thrown at me. His second commercial, this one seemed to suit him too. It's like, what's wrong? It's strange seeing a boxer on the TV when it's not in a match. They only ask really famous people to do commercials. He may act goofy a lot, so we don't notice it. But when you see something like this, it really makes you realize that we're training alongside a really incredible person. You better know it. You better know it. Oh my god. Whew, let me take a breath. Take a breath and drink. And drink some water, guys. Oh my god. That was hilarious, man. Oh my god. They did Aoki dirty. They did him dirty, man. It's like I still get goosebumps remembering that Banzai call from before. I was really happy to have been there. Taking two-way classes is like a dream, but Takamori-san's dream isn't even close to being over yet. I'm looking forward to seeing how far he can go. Oh, me too. I'm here for it. It's like, shouldn't you both be concerned with yourselves, says Ippo's mom. Big or small, everyone has dreams, and so you chase after them. You try and see just how far it is you're able to go. That sort of thing is what makes a man. Oh, you talk to them, girl. What was it? And Ippo says, yeah, that's right. You've got to become the rookie king. Manabu says, yeah, I'll do my best. Hitagakimasu. They're ready to eat. And yummy, yummy broccoli. That's how Aoki's head looks. Oh, my God. Have broccoli with every meal. Are they on the TV now? Have broccoli with every meal. It's as nutritious as it gets. Our entire household always eats broccoli. When you're looking for broccoli, look for the Brocco Man logo. It's like, well, at least he got what he wanted. It suits him. I wonder just how far this person will go. Oh my God, that was hilarious. That was hilarious, man. I think what I'm going to do is for this one, I'm gonna do one more chapter. Should take us to somewhere around 30 minutes, and then I'm gonna stop. Reason why I'm going to stop this soon is because this is the first one, and I don't want to go too deep into the story and then end up having to leave on a cliffhanger. I think we got a good roundup story of what happened after the fight, and then maybe jumping into the next arc or whatever. So we'll see how things go. So I'm gonna do one more. Should take us to the next interval, I should say. We had 5:59. Okay. Oh my God, this is crazy. Oh my God, I still can't get over that haircut. Okay, so we got, looks like Ippo and Manabu training together. Okay. They're timing themselves. Who's training them? I don't see the old man. Itagaki's resolve. That's his name. Is that man, I always remember his name. Is that his name, Itagaki? I think that's his name, Itagaki. I think yeah, I think this is Itagaki. I think that's his name. I'm pretty sure his last name is Manabu. I'm pretty sure. If it's not, you guys can let me know. But I might be getting this completely wrong. But I'm pretty sure his last name is Manabu. Right? Because they make so much fun of that in the anime. How could you ever forget? But I guess that's his name, Itagaki. I thought his name started with a T. I guess I was remembering somebody else's name. 2 minutes and 52 seconds. Okay, I'm gonna look at this really quick. So I'm pretty sure. All right, let me go back to here. I'm gonna make sure that I'm talking about the right person. Okay, sorry about that. You're like, he's looking again? Yes, he's looking again. Yes, Itagaki Manabu. I'm pretty sure of the last name, but I was not sure about that first name, man. Like, I couldn't remember the first name for nothing, okay? Okay, so let's get back into it. 2 minutes and 52 seconds lap time. Okay, 2 minutes and 57 seconds. I think that's his sister. His sister is really cool, too. No, that's not, it's not his sister. That's Ippo's girlfriend, ain't it? What's her name again? I don't remember her name. Anyways, like, amazing. You beat Makanauchi's you beat Makanauchi-san Itagaki-kun. Okay. So Manabu beats Ippo. right? It's like, that was the 8th lap. It's hard to believe that you're only a 4-rounder. And he's like, maybe you're just not getting into it since you don't have a match coming up at all. He's like, actually, that isn't it. It's like, Makanouchi-san, are you going to be busy for a while? Well, other than when I'm training. And she says, how about Saturday? It's like, I'm free. Me too. They're still having these awkward moments. And this little cockblocker. This idiot don't eat. I mean, for real, bro. Then he's like, oh, and me. Manabu is like, oh, and me too. Who is that? Is that Manabu? Or is that somebody else? Oh, and me too. I got plenty of time. He's like, ooh, that was a close one. I really can't let my guard down. Blushing like that the second take my eyes off of you is shameful. It's like, Nanako-chan, don't say that. We weren't doing anything like what? That is somebody else. That's not mine. It's like, what? Oh, well, like, it's like Manabu-kun. Huh? So he just took off? Okay. So it's like, he's real into it. I just hope that he doesn't overdo it. He'll be the East Japan Rookie King if he wins 2 more, right? And she said, my big brother is going to win. Hold on a second. Am I missing something here? I'm missing something, right? I think Itagaki's sister is there too, along with Ippo's girl. Because I was a little confused as to what's happening here. But it seems like this other girl, is she interested in Ippo too? I don't remember that ever happened. Or is it, or maybe I'm just not remembering stuff correctly. I think I'm not remembering stuff correctly. So I think that's Manabu's sister. I think that's Itagaki's sister, right? I think that's his sister. So she's like, my big brother is going to win. And unlike a certain someone's brother, he's definitely going to become the Rookie King. He's talking shit to Mashiba sister. Ippo's girl is Mashiba's sister, right? So it's like he almost won, you know. It's like, I'm sorry. So it's like, she talking shit. Okay. So he's like, he came back. It was like, Manabu-kun, this Saturday, I'm sorry, but I'm not really in the mood to have any fun. So Ippo was like, sorry, but your match is still a ways off, so don't get too caught up in it right now. Makanouchi-san, worried about you. He's said Ippo is worried. Ippo is worried about you. I hate when they use his other name. I don't know. They switch every now and then. I think they don't call him. Ippo is the Ippo is his last name, right? I don't know. The Japanese stuff is because I know they put their last name first. It's weird. So you guys can let me know. Let me know how it goes. What is the order of things? Because I think Ippo is his first name, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. Anyways, so I think his name is Makanauchi Ippo, or is it Ippo Makanauchi? I don't know, man. Makanauchi! Worried about you. So the three of us should go out somewhere. So Ippo's girl is like, the three of us. It's like, you got no need to worry. Remember? Even Aoki-san said that my heart was big enough. Ippo is thinking, yeah, but even so, lately he seems like he's getting nervous. Yeah, a lot of times people, there's nothing wrong with that. Nerves play a part sometimes. So damn, who did he put on his ass right here? And he's like, next up, is there anyone else? It's like, I'm sorry, but I even brought our best prospect, and it's like, oh, it's fine. It's like, Itagaki's doing great. He's blown away 3 out of 4 rounders. He's so strong that he could easily be nationally ranked. I've thought this ever since he first joined up with us. But he's a totally different breed from the rest of us. His attack power, speed, and intuition too. He's a born natural with each and every one of them. That's true. He's a natural talent. What he lacked was the hard work, and he's learning that from being with this gym. So, he never thought somebody could ever put him on his ass until Ippo did that. So, it's like he really is. Though I don't include you when I say us. Like, whoa. So he's just battering. He coming at him hard. He's like, whoa now. The trainer is trying to slow him down. He's like, you're going way too wild. Try and calm yourself down. It's like, calm down and try to remember your form, okay? Do you think that... So Ippo is outside the ring. They watching. Like, do you think that Manabu-kun seems a little tense lately? And they're like, he's probably feeling a little low on something. Ippo asks, like, what? And he responds, confidence. Like, I think he's been really strong ever since he started boxing. And I bet he got used to being able to control his opponents and win easily. Then, wouldn't he be really confident? He's like, but there's one guy that shattered all of that. And it's like, oh, you remember what you said to him now. I remember when Ippo shitted on his he shitted on his dreams and hopes in that locker room, and tell him straight up, it's like, dude, you underestimated your opponent. You didn't stay in the moment, and you forgot how to box. It basically was harsh. It was harsh words coming from a mentor, from somebody that he looked at as a mentor. It was very harsh words, but it was the truth. It was the truth. You know what I'm saying? But Kimura is kind of like telling Ippo, is like, oh, I remember. It's like his match with Imai Kisuke coming up here soon. It's no surprise that he's getting nervous, right? He's always gets more emotional when it has to do with Imai. So it's like, but well, isn't the Imai match 2 fights away? If he's getting nervous already, maybe we should be worried. Yeah, I think so too. Imai, I don't remember the Imai. Imai beat him up? Did Imai? I'm trying to remember. Imai is the other dude that he could never beat, right? The high school guy. The guy that was in high school that was like the other prodigy and stuff that he could never beat. I think that's the guy that was ranked above him. Like, I think he was runner up or something to that guy. I think I remember that. So it's like, about Saturday again. You sure you don't want to go out? You need to catch your breath a little. So they were heading out to the boat. Whoever they are. It's like, normally I'd love to go. I think it's good you're into your training, but I think that you're worried a little too much about Imai-kun for right now. I mean, although you lost to him when you were both still amateurs, the amount that you have grown since you've turned pro is pretty amazing. I would consider you to be a serious threat as a challenger if we both weren't at the same gym. And it's not like I'm asking you to get lazy with training. I just think that from my experience, it's a good idea to get some rest. So Manabu responds, I understand you completely, but this next Saturday is going to be, what is it going to be? So it's like, hey, so it turns out Ippo-san and I are going out this Saturday. Oh my god, this girl. He's not with you, man. He's like, are you calling from there? Oh damn, she at Ippo's house talking. Yo. He's like, are you calling from there? And why would you be at Makanauchi-san's house? And she's like, that's just how we are. Yo, she's throwing mad shade right now. I actually forgot that she was interested in Ippo. Like, she was on them nuts. You know what I'm saying? Like, she really, really wanted some of that. So it's like, actually, so Ippo is on the phone too, and he's like, actually, Nanako-chan is just here to help out with the boat. So it's actually something work related. I don't know why Ippo, throughout all this time, still, I would never imagine that still up until now, Ippo still won't go exclusive with our girl here. You know what I'm saying? Like, their chemistry is amazing in the show, and they just won't let us get that payoff. And it's like, it's kind of like in, you know what I'm saying, in Naruto, when we had to wait until the end. Naruto, the last, basically almost the final movie of the series, to actually see this relationship that has been developing throughout since the beginning of Naruto, basically. It's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? And it seems like we're having the same situation here, but it's a different dynamic. It's a different dynamic. So it's like, but about this upcoming Saturday, it's the qualifying match to see who Manabu-kun will face in the semifinals. So it's like, Itagaki-kun's, it says like, I'm really sorry, but I promise that next time, so she responds, it's fine if it's for something like that. Go on ahead, then for Itagaki-kun's sake. So she's like, okay, thanks. Again, I'm really sorry. So she hangs up. I don't know why they won't just tell each other how they feel. And that's one of the things, like, she's shy, he's shy. They've gone out on dates. It's dragging at this point. You know what I'm saying? So she hangs up the phone and she's like, well, it can't be helped. And Mashiba is here saying, food? It's like, food now. Man, get up and go cook something yourself. So she lifts up the pillow. And he walks out. He's like, I'm going to go get some takeout. You need anything? No. Don't worry about it. Right then. All right then. Okay, so now we're at the match. And they're fighting. Who's fighting? Who is this? I don't know who's fighting yet. All I know, somebody is fighting here, blasting somebody. Hopefully it's not Manabu taking, oh damn, flicker jabs. So they're like, flicker jabs? Oh damn, they're watching somebody else fight. So it's like, flicker jabs. If I said that the match with Kiyusuke wasn't on my mind, I'd be lying. But I'm not so confident enough to say that I'm not thinking about the match right in front of me. I can't believe that he's your next opponent and that he's using flicker jabs now. When I saw the tournament brackets, I was hoping he'd manage to climb his way up. Who is this guy? Makino Fumito. He's using flicker jabs. I don't know who this guy is. It seems like a new opponent. Anyway, he's like the person that I faced in my debut match. In other words, my first and only loss. Oh, so this is the guy that he lost to. I just didn't know his name. I'll remember his name. Okay, so this is the guy that he lost to in that first match. His first pro match, right? His first pro match. And Ippo gave him that verbal spanking after. So it's like, I see now. No wonder he's so nervous. I said, I always wanted to pay him back if I ever got in the ring again with him, but things certainly appear to have become troublesome. I mean, now he's using flicker jabs, and he ain't no joke. he murdering that dude in the ring. He's like, ha. It's like those flickers tend to connect at the elbow. And in addition to that, he steps on feet, even headbutts and holds. Yeah, I remember he was cheating like crazy. You know what I'm saying? He was cheating like crazy, stepping on dude's toes and all that stuff. But Ippo told him, you know what I'm saying, like, Ippo told him that basically that he pulled himself out of the fight before the fight ended. You know what I'm saying? He forgot what he learned, didn't stick to what he learned, and forgot that he was in a boxing match. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, if the ref is not calling those fouls, you can't do nothing. You still got to fight. You still got to stay in the ring. You know what I'm saying? Because the ref is not catching that stuff. If he's not catching the headbutts, you know what I'm saying? If he's not catching that stuff, you still have to be in the ring fighting. You can't, you know what I'm saying, like, this is not basketball or football where it can call for instant replay. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, the ref got to see it. He can't stop the match and be like, hey, bring out the tape. You know what I'm saying? He can't do that. So, got to stay in the moment, man. And it's like, in addition to that, he steps on feet, even headbutts and holds, fouling like it's no big deal. It looks like he's acquired a taste for cheating from that win he got from me. It's like, so he's like, don't stop it. I said, so the ref is trying to hold him back. Damn, he wants blood. He's like, I just have to win. So long as I win. I was like, well, it seems that I've given rise to a troublesome fighter. And I'm going to have to take responsibility for it. Oh, yeah. I'm waiting for it. Okay, guys. So that is the final chapter I'm going to be doing today. I wish I could go on, but I'm going to make sure. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get this one out to you guys. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to, before the end of next week, I'm going to put out some more chapters. Okay. So just look out for that. But I'm going to stop here today. I think it's a good place to stop. We're just kind of getting excited and stuff like that. I have a bunch of other stuff that I got to record today to get out. So I have some other some TV shows and stuff like that to do. So so I'm sorry. I really wanted to go. I mean, I think I've been here for like recording for like an hour, maybe an hour and a half. I'm not sure. But I think I did 3 30-minute parts. Or was it just 2? It's probably just 2, right? I think it's just 2. Anyways, but this one is going on for like 40 minutes now, so maybe an hour 10 minutes. I don't want to make this one too long. As I said before, I really enjoy these chapters, and I really just want to just compact that into a video and get it out for you guys. Okay, so thank you guys so much, man, for tuning in, for coming to the Google Drive, watching this with panels. Sorry for you guys over on YouTube. I can't upload this stuff with panels on YouTube, so you're just gonna have to watch it podcast style. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'm gonna record a small review. So there will be a timestamp in the comment section where you can go and just jump to this review that I'm going to do after this. But thank you guys so much for tuning in, coming to the Google Drive and watching, and I will see you guys for the review, I guess. Okay, what's going on, guys? So we just did chapters, or rounds I should say. I think it's round 556 to 559, I think. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'll make sure I check before I put the video out, of course. But I think we did like 3 chapters or 4, because we did 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? So 4 chapters. I'm gonna be doing much more in the upcoming ones. Just that today I have a bunch of other stuff I want to record and it's getting late. Okay, so these 4 chapters were really good. The continuation from Takamura's fight going up. Finally, Kamigawa calling Takamura his son. You know what I'm saying? Surrogate son, however you want to say it, man. Their relationship is awesome and I love it. But the highlight the highlight of this read through, man, I was cracking up. I tried to stop laughing, but man, that was awesome. That was something that I never expected from, well, not never expected, but I never expected to be laughing this much at a manga. I've never laughed that much at reading a manga. I'm telling you, I've laughed, but I'm talking about uncontrollable laughter, falling out of your seat, almost falling out of my seat laughter, trying to stop, can barely breathe. That has never happened before, and I've done this a lot during the anime. I didn't expect this to happen in the manga, because I've laughed a lot, because the anime, the moments, those slice of life episodes are extremely funny. They do it so well, and shout out to Madhouse once again, man, for doing such an incredible job with the anime. And now we are here with the manga, man, and that was awesome. What they did to Haoki was straight savagery. And now we're getting into this new kind of arc. It's a side that this is a fight that was being set up before the anime ended, I remember, with Manabu. So continuation, talking about that stuff. Now that the guy that beat him, that's the guy he's gonna have to face next to move through to go to the semifinals. And this guy's the same guy that beat him in his first pro match, right? And as I said, as he get that verbal spanking from Ippo, and then now the guy has flicker jabs and he cheats. Remind you of anyone? Well, I wouldn't say Mashiba cheats, but he takes advantage. He really does. I remember, I don't know if you guys remember, but Mashiba did step on Miyata's foot during that match, because a lot of people says that Mashiba doesn't cheat. I remember when he was using elbow blocks, almost messed up Ippo's hand, you know, to the point where he couldn't box again. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's not illegal to use elbow blocks, but it's a really scummy move. You know what I'm saying? It's a really scummy move to use your elbow to block, because you know that can really hurt a boxer. But in anyways, it's not an illegal move in boxing. It's not. Elbow blocks are not an illegal move by any means. Okay, so, but he did step on Miyata's foot, so I wouldn't say completely that Mashiba is not a cheater. You know, he takes advantage of opportunities that he's not supposed to be taking advantage of. And even though he's one of my favorite characters in the series, I love to see him fight. Even though that, because I know he's kind of like come down off his high horse now, and kind of like, because Ippo is dating, you know, kind of interested in his sister and stuff like that. Like, that relationship is it's really weird, because you kind of feel sorry for him, because he's really fighting so that he can really take care of his sister, and you know, that's the only family that he has. You know what I'm saying? He works in the daytime and stuff like that, and he just wants to win. So he'll do whatever it takes to win. So you kind of have that dynamic going, that you kind of feel sorry for him in certain ways. But all in all, man, these 4 chapters was pretty good. Got to see Takamura doing commercials. Even Aoki got his own broccoli commercial, you know, because his hair looked like broccoli. Oh man, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So cool, man. Cool. We know. I love me some broccoli. Broccoli is actually my favorite veggie. So, you know what I'm saying? So I love broccoli, man. I love it. I love it, especially when it's cooked Asian style. I love broccoli. So so that was a little bit reminiscent for me. So as I said, man, thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed the Ippo read through, man, leave a like. As always, man, we have so much more to do. I'm gonna try to get another one of these, a longer one, out before the end of next week. Okay, so look out for that one. So we're gonna end this one here now. As I said, I don't really have time to really jump into to any more, and that's why I'm kind of cutting this short. As I was looking at the time during the read through, and I was like, if I don't stop soon, I'm gonna have to cancel doing the other stuff, and I don't want to do that because that stuff is due to be on the channel. So I have to do that stuff, and I can always come back and do Ippo. I just wanted to get something done because I've been procrastinating Ippo for too damn long. I needed to get some of it done today. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. As always, hopefully you guys enjoy these read through, man. Finally, it's here. Finally. Hopefully my Ippo fans come back and check out the manga with me, man, because I think Ippo, because I had to delete so many of my reactions because of copyright problems on the channel, Ippo is the only thing on the channel that really does like crazy numbers right now. So hopefully those fans will come back to the channel that I had right now, because I think when I was doing Ippo, all of my videos were doing 1,000 views and higher. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully those guys will come back because they've always wanted to see me do the manga. So here we are. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure you leave a like, comment in the comment section, man. Subscribe if you are new and you just here for the manga, man. If you have not seen my anime Ippo reactions, man, the link is right there. Make sure you go and check it out. And I will see you guys next time for some more Ippo reactions, man. Peace.